There was once a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job. How many of you know where the land of Uz is? If you say you do, you're bluffing, because nobody does. It probably isn't any such place, actually. It might as well have been the land of Oz. It's kind of once upon a time, there was a man named Job. Even the rabbis in antiquity knew that this wasn't to be taken quite literally. And they said that Job is a parable. Well, whether you regard him as a parable or not, the point is, he's a fictitious case. The remarkable thing, though, is wherever the land of Uz is, it's not in Israel. And it's not in the Jewish diaspora. And therefore, it's quite exceptional in the Hebrew Bible. And for that reason, some people thought this must belong back before Abraham, back kind of in prehistoric times. In fact, there is no consensus as to when this book was written. And estimates of it have ranged anywhere from the time of the Babylonian exile all the way down to the Hellenistic period. Now, I think probably the best handle we have on that is the language. And the language of the book is made up of a folk tale at the beginning and the end, and then long poetic dialogues in the middle. And the assumption is that the folk tale is the older part, and that then somebody expanded it. So somebody with some real literary talent wrote these dialogues and filled out the story. Now, it's that the poetry has that the language of it, is somewhat similar to what we find in the second half of the book of Isaiah, which comes from around the time of the Babylonian exile. And so I would think that's probably our best guess as to when it comes from. But in truth, we don't know. It's not a very late book, and it's not a very early book, I would think. I think it presupposes, at least it presupposes some form of Proverbs, or at least of that tradition, which we were talking about in the first lecture. I don't think it's as late as the book of Koheleth. Now, as I say, you have a story at the beginning, and then it's elaborated in the poetic dialogues.